Alrighty, guys, we are live. Excuse me. But what up, everybody? It is Monday, that time of the day. Gather around, it's Micro Mondays. But what's up, guys? Happy to be here. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great holiday month or good weekend. Grinding away, working, getting that money. Hope everything's going great for everybody, guys. Let me go ahead and bring in the homies tonight. And half aloha, hop in. Yes, you heard that right. Our boy Jacob will be here, guys. What's up, Mark? How are you, my brother?
What's up, everybody?
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Micro Mondays to you, my friend.
I made it.
You made it.
I don't know what was happening this morning, but I'm here.
That's right. Glad you made it, bro. I guess we know how your weekend went. Kind of just relaxing.
Yeah, nothing crazy at all.
Yeah. Well, same here. Besides that, I think nothing crazy. Actually, something super lit for me on this side. That Socks and Rocks event at Brackett Field, sponsored by a whole bunch of cool guys like NSDRC, IARC, I believe like Scale Metal Supplies, Hardline Killers. There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Yeah, that list was impressive.
Project Junkies, Ducky, yeah, for sure. Everybody had a good time. Donate some socks, and you got instantly entered to win. You got instantly entered in a raffle to win some crazy hookups. A lot of 110 stuff and a lot of 124 stuff. One of the 124 packages being a Maz Designs cheat code with RC Steve links. And the guy who won it, he never had a 24 yet, so that was going to be his first start. So he's starting off right with the cheat code. Some high clearance links. Now he's got to piece the rest of it together, but imagine winning that just for being a good guy or good girl or, good lady, good Samaritan, and donating some socks to a good cause to give back.
Who
That's
won it?
pretty dope. Yeah. Just from some guy, I forgot. He added me. I believe his name's David.
I thought you said somebody.
No, it was actually his first 24 ever. So he's like, yeah, I don't have a 24, so now I got to build one. No, I'll start with the cheat code. Imagine that
part.
It's crazy.
Yeah. He was in the 110s though.
Yeah, he was more like a 110 guy.
Okay. Cool.
But speaking of 110, you could 2 sets of Spec RC wheels went out, some 19s, crazy. Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis.
Oh yeah.
IARC Merge chassis, Merge X, I believe. Crazy. The carbon fiber. Whole bunch of little parts and accessories from everybody. So it was a good turnout, and if you got lucky, you got blessed. A whole bunch of stuff from NSTRC, of course. RS 700, 500 winches.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's cool.
So,
I think somebody misunderstood the socks part. It's for homeless people, right?
Yeah, giving them back to the churches.
And it should be a new pair or new package, correct?
Yes, it needs to be a new one.
Not your old shit.
Correct.
As funny as that is,
you guys figure.
Yeah. I just wanted to be clear,
of course, always donating fresh goods.
Yeah. That's
But
important, man. Even in California, it gets cold at night, and a lot of those people are on the streets not by their own doing. Could be
you
mental
know,
issues, financial issues, not always drugs and stuff related.
exactly. And it's not meant by choice. Sometimes it is, but regardless of it is, we all got to look out for everybody,
Yeah,
and
man.
that's what it's all
We used
about.
to do a quarterly some sort of either a food bank or Salvation Army breakfast for like, God, it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 homeless people. And I
Yeah,
worked for Hyatt. Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah,
Uh,
it's humbling when you think about the things that go on in your day, and all these people are just struggling to stay warm and fed.
yeah, seriously. And a lot of the RC community, we have a big hobby to entertain ourselves with, and so a
Hmm.
little, it's like buying parts is like, pretty, it's our weekly allowance, so why not give a little bit back? And it feels good, and it's the right thing to do for sure if you have the opportunity to do. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, other than that, good turnout. So big donation at the end, like bags on bags on bags of like talking like those black trash bag fulls. So
wow,
and for
that's
me,
good.
I got caught just crawling my 24s. Like I didn't even crawl my hardliner. I didn't have time. I was there for a good 3 4 hours. I know a bunch of guys were there probably all day, but we were crawling the 24s in the morning, and the homies they were all stoked. We can all like kind of crawl the 24s together because that was kind of like my not necessarily first time, but like meeting up with all the guys, aka like I call them like the hardline killer homies. So we're talking about like the black and yellow arrow and hardline killers himself. Um, just all the guys up there. Shout out, oh, of course, Rudy, RC Junkie. So it's always good times with those guys. VR, Vic. So everybody was getting down with their 24 builds. We're all trying new lines at, you know, driving 24s together is so fun. And I was actually testing out
Not, a bunch of people are
this.
saying the 24s took over.
Yeah, I think they
All your
just
homies
got
you just
stuck
shouted out,
driving the
basically.
24s. We had a
That's
big
awesome.
display at the booth, the NSDRC booth, with a bunch of the team drivers and all the homies that went there, IRC drivers and stuff. They just posted up all their builds, sick hardline looking scale builds, LCG builds, and a whole bunch of 24s. I posted a couple of them up there. But these boom racing tires got them mounted, the MTXs, the Hustlers. So I got them how you set up, but not in the back. And they're
Yeah,
not vented yet.
I didn't even know what you guys were talking about with the sidewall thing. I don't think that matters. It's not the tread itself is non-directional. Whichever way you face them, they're the same.
You think?
Yeah, turn it around and
I don't know.
yeah, they're the same.
If
See
it
how it
turns
goes
that
like
way.
I'm just saying the sidewall, whatever. But like the tread, look, it's all the same pattern.
All right. All right.
I mean, I know Jacob said there was some. Oh no, get him on. He's on here. Let's see
Yeah,
what he has to
finally.
say.
Let me get him on before
But
he's got to
two of
go.
mine are going one way, and the other side they're going the other way. But the tread's the same.
I got the black compound, flubs, P2s,
Which
and
size did you get?
at bracket, they
55s?
were, what would you say?
You get the 55s?
Yeah. No, the 53s.
Or
Or,
yeah, sorry, 53s. Sorry, I have so many booms now. I've lost track of which sides are which ones.
let me tell you guys, they were kind of rough. It was a rough driving experience at the bracket. Because if you guys see how dusty these are,
Yeah, and you didn't vent.
yeah, I didn't vent either. But dude, they were like straight smashed the whole time. You think I should still vent?
Yeah,
Oh no. I guess. What about? Do you have them in red compound?
I have TPDs in red and black. Yeah, and like RC Junkie said, you still got to break them in a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
but
they got to get
for the
scuffed
most
up a
part, they
little,
did pretty
especially on
good.
dust and stuff.
I'll try them this week at the local spot, the Columbia spot, and
Um, that's a perfect
see
question to
what
get
get
Jacob
already.
on here. Black and yellow.
Like
The Endura 64s didn't aren't those the ones Jacob just got?
64s.
Oh, and those are those rims. You don't even have any. They're not beadlocks, so you just rolled them over on those, didn't you?
No, they're beadlocks.
Those are. They look like they're plastic.
No,
Oh, okay,
but
never mind. Then.
Endura 64s are like those big ones. I think those Hyrax ones or the which ones?
I don't know.
Yeah, Black and Yellow Arrow. He had those big ass Hyrax ones, Endura ones. Dude, those things are doing good. Those things are so tall. It's like he had portals, so he was walking up stuff with his Gladiator. But look, real quick, Mark. See that
Mm-hmm.
tire compression or conformation? It's just sitting on here.
Oh yeah, I know.
Still
Like
not
I said,
vented.
I got booms on a bunch of stuff.
And
In
you
fact,
say Ventum?
two of the three trucks in the screen have boom TPDs. I got Hustlers on another one. About to try out the gas wrapper. I got these up next.
I'm just worried it's gonna flop too much, if anything. But
Not with flubbers.
all right, I'm gonna Ventum. But looks, they look good. Black compound. If you guys haven't got the booms yet, the black compound is super soft. It's insane. It's almost too soft for me, but you guys, I'll let them break in. But other tires that are coming out too.
We gonna get Jacob on here or what?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep inviting him, but I think
Oh, he's
he's
not answering? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
no. You're cool.
He
Let
must
me
have
send
come and
him.
gone there.
No,
Oh
he's
yeah.
still on here, but he
I don't
hasn't
see him. Oh,
accepted
there
it
he is.
yet.
Says invited. Okay.
Yeah.
Jacob, what the hell?
No, he's probably with the baby. He's probably busy. Trenchers, guys. There we go. RC Junkie. Trenchers. If you guys have pre-ordered from Proline, uh, the 1.0 Trenchers are starting to ship. And Jacob actually has a set on him already. So too bad he's busy right now, but we could probably check out those Trenchers if he comes on. If you guys already pre-ordered him or you got the email saying they're shipped out, let us know. Some people got their Trenchers in. I think Colin got one. Colin got his Trenchers already. But Fury Tech RTR rig, let me see.
Is that new or is that one that was out a while ago?
I think that's the one that Jacob was talking about. Or it's like a all-in-one. It has everything. Shocks, the axles. I think they're the portals, the FCX portals.
Yeah, that FCX base one. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah,
Chenoweth? Is that what you're talking about, buddy?
yeah, with
FCX
everything.
axle base?
Carbon fiber. So instead of like buying an actual SCX 24 for what, 130, 150, you can buy that Fury Tech RTR for 200, and then that's it. Buy the tires and wheels and weights if you need, and that's it. What do you think about that, Mark?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the FMS went like this. I didn't even buy one, so I got nothing. I can't even say.
Let me tell
And
you.
then
Let
I'm
me
just
tell you.
watching. Let me just watching Jacob do his. The only thing left are the axles. Everything else is aftermarket or SCX24 stuff. So
Mm.
at that point, just use worm gear portals. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Seems like a lot of effort and money to put into something you could just. I don't know. But yeah, for RTR and the people that are into plug and play, I'm sure that's a great option.
Yeah, and definitely Chenoweth. Though that's a perfect kind of the way I see it. It takes the fun out of it. It's like the fun, and for me, and like building stuff like this to get these things where they are, is you have to like buy piece by piece individually and like build it yourself. Know what's good, know what's not good, because we wouldn't get here if it was like anywhere else, pretty much. Just like, oh yeah, because we all started with the stock shocks, and like, oh yeah, put some diff fluid in there or some grease in the shocks, put
Oh
some
yeah, I
rubber
always use
bands.
Lucas Red and Tacky, or
Yeah.
and with some green slime on the shock shaft.
So I'm still kind of like on that hot racing setup right now. Kind of how Jacob sets his up a little bit. Kind of just drops in.
Oh, I never asked you, how do you like the Nano versus the BAM?
I like the Nano better. Like the Nano a lot better. The reason why I like the Nano better than the BAM, let's check out the BAM. Let's compare them real
Yeah, I
quick.
don't I don't have a BAM. That's why I asked you. So,
Here, I got it.
but I like my Nanos a lot.
All right. So here's the Mofo BAM motor. It's pretty fat, pretty heavy. I think it weighs like 25 grams, somewhere around there. And then you have the little Mofo Nano Beast V2. I think those are coming in around 17 grams. So for the weight difference, a little bit under half, like under double the weight between these. So if you want some more weight, go with the BAM. If you already got the LCG planned out and your weight planned out, go with the Nano Beast. They're both good, but for me, the way I see it is weight, and then overall smoothness. The Nano Beast just has smoother low end at the startup.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of a weight comparison. I was more drivability. 'Cause the KV is a lot different on that BAM.
Yeah, but they're both good, so I consider weight for especially like a long wheelbase. Long wheelbase, you're gonna have to make sure you get as much weight as you can without being too crazy. Because if you just load up on a lot of weight, also sometimes you're risking carrying that weight up. You have to balance it when you're climbing. So not too much, but just try and get everything low. And the way that BAM sits in there, it's pretty low. The setup on the Endura shocks Yeah, let's check them out real quick. Mine aren't too set up as marks, but let's see. Let me unplug
Who was
this.
that,
Chenoweth.
bro? Yo, just message me, bro. I don't want to get into something we've talked about a few times already.
Yeah.
I'll set you up proper. I
So
think a
short
lot of
travel.
people, and what I've seen is a lot of people are so used to how little oil you put in the hot racing shocks. They're not putting enough oil, so they're not working like an oil shock. They're just working like a friction shock. And the other thing I've seen is some of the O-rings have some burrs. So when they sit for a little bit, they'll act like they're stuck, and you got to kind of work them out. But taking them apart and reassembling them, and making sure there's no burrs on those O-rings, and don't be scared to put oil in them. I've had most success with 45 to 50 weight.
Other than that, they're still pretty plush, but I bet it can be like 110 style. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, oh yeah.
All right.
I'm slowly swapping everything.
These ones are kind of like the 110 style for me, but maybe I just need to practice with these ones.
I would say definitely give them time, and then the internal limiter, you can put whatever length you want to get the ride height you want.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So,
And they have those super soft springs, so you don't have to either cut them or run zero preload. So there's a little more tuning options now too.
yeah, those super soft springs are very nice. Sits my truck
Mm-hmm.
pretty low. See, I kind of like this the way this for the scale rigs. I like to have a little bit more preload still in the front for me. And the reason why is because driving this TRX4M, I think the way that it sits, the ride height, let me see it real quick. Move this over here. See, it doesn't look
Yeah,
too flexed out, when it's under full articulation. So it kind of sits
that's
flexed
actually a cool
out,
group. Yeah.
right? So when it tucks, it really gets the use of the whole shock versus kind of already sitting low.
Well, that's two different theories of shot. Remember when
I don't
we had
know, but
Acres on and we talked about that stuff?
yeah, but for the Land Cruiser, this is like trippy. This thing performs good. And
Oh,
that's
not a
kind of,
Land Cruiser.
I mean, the Defender, my bad.
Okay, yeah, not a Land Cruiser.
Yeah,
A little bit of my
Land
Toyota-ness just went, ah.
Rover. There we go. Thank you,
What
my
did
friend.
Burner, what'd you paint doo-doo brown?
Oh,
Uh,
Defenders. Everybody's doing trucks to their Defenders. Whole bunch of stuff. Let's see.
so what's your more long-term opinion of the TRX4 now? Now you had it for what, over a
It's
month now,
pretty,
right?
yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a very capable rig. I was actually kind of talking to FabWorks about it, and I was telling him, as the layout is, if I was to take off this body and then happen to take off the bumpers or put on some, high clearance or more better approach angle bumpers and stuff like that, as that already, it's crazy. It's super planted, the shocks, everything gets low. It's just really, it's already LCG, pretty LCG. Now then, if we take these stock electronics right here, the battery and the ESC, put a smaller ESC and a smaller battery, and then just have that on the sliders, that's probably all I'm going to do is just put a different ESC and a lighter battery, and then, That's it. If I really wanted to hardline it. And speaking of hardline, I'm gonna be able to get that possible with the Flub RC, the FJ-T compatible body for the TRX4M.
Yeah, do you have all that stuff coming?
I believe so. You guys got one yourself. I believe it's released today or announced over the weekend. But those bodies are a little bit revised to fit the TRX4Ms, considering, especially if you're running maybe like an aftermarket servo, such as an NSDRC RS100. These servos are just a little bit taller than the stock ones, so also when it's under full compression and you get it even lower than you need to, he has an integrated hood scoop built in to his the hood area, so clearance for the full compression there. Also, he has the comp bed that clears the shock towers and compatible with everything. I believe your ESC tray and all that is getting lowered and pushed forward. You can put it on the sliders, the mag sliders. So that setup, you pretty much kind of have to lose the stock battery, I think. I'm not too sure, because at that point, you're going to have to run the small electronics. But maybe you can fit it all on the FJ-T. I do have one coming. I couldn't resist. The Land Cruiser is super fun. I'm gonna drive it for a little bit more. Maybe
Land
I might
Cruiser
get.
again.
Oh man, why do I keep seeing that? I'm just gonna say the Defender. The Defender. But the Defender's dope. Super fun, super scale. I want to get another truck, another one, just to do another hardline. I already sacrificed and gave the red one to my son, so
Yeah, I
gotta
was
learn
gonna
off
say
that.
that.
Cannot touch that.
Hey, that's cool though.
Right. So that was his little early Christmas. But shout out if you guys got a FJ-T for the TRX coming your way. Yeah, RC Junkie 909, he drove it over the weekend. A lot of people who drove it, they were like blown away just by the low range and watching it just flex like all the way, all side hilling and stuff. Burner's saying that there's a lot of great parts being made for it. Yeah, speaking of like Facebook groups, if you haven't been on Facebook for like a Traxxas, there's a group page blowing up for these things, and everybody's sharing out their ideas and sharing their designs, such as like inner fenders, whole interiors, you name it, the list goes on. And some guy actually already has like some pretty cool full interiors for the Defender and the Bronco. You would like them, Mark. Definitely
I feel
would
like I
set it off.
saw something about that. Maybe Jacob shared that,
Yeah,
or is that you? I can't remember now.
probably me or Jacob. We're both always on Facebook sometimes. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
get
can do it.
back on it a little bit just to see what's going on. And also wanted to say I was on Facebook and saw this crazy chassis. A lot of people are still into making their chassis, of course, for the SCX 24s. The 24s never die. Not over here, at least in this area. But this guy is pumping out
Oh, Jacob
another
says
LCT chassis.
ready.
Alrighty, let's get him
Cool.
in. He's
Go
pumping
while we
out
can.
the Black Widow chassis, guys. If you haven't seen on
Yeah.
Facebook
What?
that
You're supposed
or
to be
my
on
story,
watching tonight.
he might be on. Let's
What
see
up,
if he's
man?
on.
Was it T. Freddy? Tell us that.
He is
Bonk.
Adam Webb over here.
Adam
Our
Webb. Yeah. Hey,
boy
there.
Adam Webb. So shout
Yo,
out
if
Adam Webb, guys.
you got a second and want to hop on and chat, let us know.
Yeah,
What's
feel
up,
free to let
fam?
us know. Uh,
You guys
definitely
can hear,
Yeah,
for
definitely. Jacob, hold
you guys
on.
can hear me?
yes,
What's up,
sir.
buddy?
What up, Jacob? My bad boy.
No, you good, man. What's up? I just want to make sure you guys hear me or anything because I'm saying what's up. And I'm like, I don't know if they can fucking hear me, bro.
That's
So
not what
fun
I'm
We
missing
hear
fact,
you.
you loud and clear.
we got baby girl. She is not fucking sleeping, bro. She
Man,
wants it.
we
She
figured.
always sleeps. She always falls asleep. She always falls asleep like right around this time after her little snack or milk. But yeah, for some reason, bro, her eyes are wide open, just laying down in her little bassinet. I'm like, damn, bro. Guess she's not sleeping, man. Oh well, but she's good. So,
That's good.
how's it going, guys? Got a new kid, man. So,
Hey,
fun
congrats,
fact,
my
Everybody,
man.
fun time.
two best wishes for Jacob.
That's what we like
New
to hear.
new baby girl, and his birthday's tomorrow.
Oh shit, yeah. I legit forgot my birthday.
Oh,
My mom reminded me today. I was like, oh no shit, I have my birthday tomorrow. Whoops. I was too busy and too occupied taking care of the newborn, man. Whew. Fun times again. I love it.
No, that's I like the look of these two rigs you got. One like low slung U4 style. The Mias, right?
The Mias, the Ripper.
Ripper.
Yeah.
That's looking dope. And then that other bad boy there,
We got him
it's
pretty low too,
towering
man.
over it,
Take a
but
look.
not really at the same time.
I got him lowered.
thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's low slung.
I got him down. Yeah,
Oh
guys, check
wait,
it
I
out.
see a red servo. Is that a pro modeler?
Yeah, I thought I'd keep the whole red theme
Wow.
going on there.
Where's Bryson, man? He'd be happy and see that.
Yeah, I had it lying around. I might change it to black though. I feel like there's a lot of red going on, so
I
I
don't
was
know.
like,
That looks pretty chill, bro.
maybe we'll see.
I don't know.
It's either the Pro Modeler or NSD, man. Got to go with either red or black.
Well, you can't lose with either. So
That's
All right.
true.
all right, sick.
Yeah,
Yo,
guys. Check it out.
homie said he'd get on and chat too about
Yes,
that.
sir. Yeah, let's get
Alrighty,
him on for
Space.
a little bit.
Sorry, I got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night and maybe a 30-minute nap in. I am spun. So if I say some weirdo shit more than normal, there you go.
Nothing
Sent
new
him
there,
the
buddy.
invite, so we'll see.
What's the
What
chassis again?
talking about real quick, just a chassis that we saw on Facebook called the Black Widow
Black
chassis.
Widow.
Black Widow. There you go. Sorry.
Jump
The
on. Hell yeah, man.
XL,
Did,
Black Widow XL to be
did
specific. So
Brandon Fineline did he turn us onto that a while ago on the
I think
DL?
I think so,
I feel like that's the same one. I could be wrong, but we could
but
talk to the homie about that. Jacob, hey, before we do
Yo.
that, oh, Badworks is back. Everybody's dying to see the trenchers.
yeah,
Oh, these guys. What the? I'll pop them out. Let's
yeah,
go.
pop
Oh,
them out.
straight unboxing, right on.
We got live unboxing trenchers, guys.
Yeah, just gonna move the light
Yo,
down here.
Adam, we'll get you in, homie.
Oof.
Okay, and they are a little bit bigger than the Hyrax, correct?
Man, if I had them on me, I moved all my shit downstairs, so I have to run down and grab them. But I do have. Let's go grab a couple tires. I'll grab a couple tires that are like relevant to everybody, so we can get like a just of the size.
Steva's blown out beadlock or bead. Hilarious.
And that's the only thing stopping me from driving this thing.
Here,
I've seen a lot of people say that those trails keep doing that on those.
here. So
Yeah,
there's
but
the
we also do like little patterns, so that could be why too, you know.
here's the
What do
Mickey's
you mean?
guy. Keep in mind they're mounted in
Okay.
the car, so they're probably like maybe a millimeter shortened just because of the weight. But
Right, right. Okay, so those are the RC four-wheel drive Mickeys, correct?
There, the RC four-wheel drive Mickeys. You are correct.
Okay. So those are the same size as the Mickey or the Boggers
Yeah, so they're
and
probably
the TSL Narrows. So they're all about the same height, and those are a little taller.
Mm-hmm. And these guys are pretty wide too, a little wider. I think they're just as wide, maybe slightly less wide than the Baja Pros, but everybody knows
Nice.
Baja Pros are wide boys. So yeah, these ones
Right.
they feel good, man. They feel really good. It's still that same compound. Like I feel like
Someone,
Proline is the only brand that makes tires that aren't sticky, but they work amazingly. Like if you guys have the Hyrax, you guys know the Hyrax. If you squeeze them together like this, whatever, and you let it go, it just goes bloop. It does not stick together like a lot of people like tires. These ones they don't stick. They're not really that sticky. You guys can hear nothing. It's not sticking together. But
someone
they
said those are as big as scramblers. I don't
oh no,
think
hell
so.
no.
No, not even close, right?
They're like if you're gonna compare a size to these guys, like height wise,
Let's
it'll
start
be
talking
about
about
the
something
same
else.
thing as the stock Nittos. They're probably just about the stock Nitto size. It's like 55, 56 millimeters,
Yeah.
give or
See, those
take.
What
are
does it
nice.
say on the package?
I think they were 55. It doesn't say on the package, but on the side walls it says 2.25. So if you guys know how to do 2.25 inches in millimeters, it's probably going to be like 55, 56 millimeters, something like that.
Let
It's
us
still
know.
not
Any
a
specific
G8,
compound?
G8 or Predator. It's just a soft or
No,
whatever they're called, right?
no, nothing. It just says tires mounted on mini impulse black 7 millimeter head. Now, I think it's the same thing. If you guys read
Same
Right.
thing as
description on
Hyrax.
their site, I think it's just gonna be like soft compound, whatever they said.
So how does
But
it feel?
it feels just like the Hyrax. Air's trapped in here still. So yeah, it feels just like the Hyrax. It doesn't feel anything different, nothing like that. And it's probably a good thing though, because those Hyrax seem to work like crazy. So why
Yeah.
change something when it's already working? You know,
Oh yeah.
they just need to drop some more tires, bro. This one tire every fucking year is getting old, bro. They need to throw them out, man.
DVD's nuts. He said 57s.
57 equals 2.25 inches. All right, there we go.
They're just around that, yeah. So if you guys compare, like they should have, someone compared it on Facebook. I
Those
just
are
saw.
pretty big.
Yeah, they're right next to they're right next to the Nittos, the stock
Mm.
Nittos, and their sizing is pretty comparable. So yeah, if you guys have some stock Nitto tires in front of you, that's basically how tall they're going to be.
I agree.
They're
One
nice
1.0 crawlers, and I also want the TSLs.
TSLs, man. So much.
Everybody's so stuck on the crawlers, but I'm telling y'all, the TSLs have been around. They work.
With this compound
So
too, nice. It's a little different though. If you guys compare these to compared to like the 1.9s trenchers, you could tell the tread's a little different. They use
I
this one
was
to
just
kind
gonna
of
ask
like,
you because it looks a little different just from that pic or just from you holding it.
yeah, even
Yeah.
the Hyrax, even their Hyrax. But what I think they did, because I just looked at my 1.9 trenchers compared to it, I should have left it out, but I think they just do it because if they were to do the same exact pattern, it's going to be too busy and it's probably not going to get any like tread grip at all. So I think what they did, they just took out some of the middle and some on the sides, just so that way it'll have more spacing in between, so it can actually bite something at this scale. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at it, dude, like it looks like fucking trenchers. Even like the sidewalls, everything looks like trenchers. So they kept the design down pretty well to make it look like it, but they were just removed some lugs.
Right, because you need some void.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows, man? They might work good. They got those pin tires that are pretty busy, but they seem to work. So maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll come out with the version 2.
Right.
Keep it true to the
Well,
actual tire.
Yeah, I'm hoping for crawlers, swampers,
Yeah.
all even like the KO2s maybe. That'd be cool.
Shit, man. Even Proline Baja Pros I'm down for too. Their compound is this good
Oh
all the
yeah, I
time.
forgot they made those.
Oh
Fuck.
yeah. So far, my favorite Bajas are the Traxxas ones, man. These ones, dude, these ones are good. I
I
don't know what
still
else
gotta
to
wonder
say
if it's
about
because
them.
of all the weight.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they just grip so good.
Yeah, I'm tires is like the worst conversation to have because what
Yeah,
works for you doesn't work for me, doesn't work for
that's what I'm
Jacob.
saying. Because
You
like,
know,
you know how you are with yours, and I'm like, I wonder if you try the
but
grippers. I'm gonna send
I
you the
still say
grippers,
always
and
vent, dude.
if you say that the grippers in your area work amazing, then I'm never gonna trust you.
The grippers? Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna buy those.
No, I'm gonna send them to you so I can do a
Ooh,
see what's
I
what.
don't even
What's going
want
on.
Oop.
to.
I took the motor out of this motherfucker. Yeah.
Speaking of,
Ooh,
I'm looking at M-Dub. He's saying, imagine a hardline body, like a 124 hardline body. So what is, I think he's
yeah, I don't
saying
really
hardline,
understand that.
like a hardliner body, maybe? I'm not sure, but
I don't.
speaking of bodies, guys, for the 124s, for the SCX 24s, if you guys haven't checked out the Hard Body Crawler company, their new product is a FJ Cruiser for
No,
the. Am I
it's
wrong?
a 40 series
All right,
because
FJ40.
the FJ Cruiser would be the reboot in like the 2000s,
All right,
or just call it a Cruiser.
just
Still
call it
remember
the
what
So
40 then.
it's a
The
F.
FJ40.
It's either an F or a BJ 40, depending on where you live.
There
So
you go,
diesel
guys.
or,
Hard
but yeah.
Body
Oh,
Crawler
did we lose
Company.
Jacob? Oh no.
What's that?
Jacob, what do you think of that thing?
Oh,
I
bro,
think
that
we
You,
thing
lost
is
him.
so beautiful.
Oh, there he is.
I'm not
Okay,
even gonna
cool.
lie. It is the most detailed, the best FJ body. I think so, man. Like, I love Chris. I
It's like
love
a
Chris's
model
body.
kit,
I
right?
love it. But, like,
yeah,
if you want to talk about scale realism, like, that one is absolutely,
Mm,
it looks like a fucking
mini RC four-wheel drive.
TF2.
Shit.
Yeah. RC
yeah.
Forge have the Galande 110 that they have for the FJs. It looks
Mm-hmm.
exactly like it, bro. It's perfect. And for it even works on the Galande 118 as well. So I think that was his intention there. So to make it kind of look
Yeah,
like a little mini TF2 or TF Galande, little Galande.
And that's
dude.
your birthday present to yourself, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got the fastest
Oh
shipping
yeah,
to comes in tomorrow. Woo woo.
yeah.
If you guys haven't seen them or heard of it, right now they're available on Amazon for a really good deal, and it's Prime, so you get it really quick, and you can pick
Two color
between the tan
choices.
or the blue. What'd you say?
Two color choices.
Yes.
Yep. The
Blue or
blue
tan.
ones, man. You already
So
know, like
I
as
got
soon as
the
I
I
saw
got the
tan,
blue, so I have a nice base for patina.
I'll
yep.
type it in the hard body crawler
Oh yeah.
stuff.
So let's get Adam on before
Yeah.
it gets late night.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's like $60 per.
But he's gonna have a whole bunch of stuff coming for it too. So not only are you gonna get the body, but later you're gonna get some sick scale, accessories or something. It's gonna have a
Yep.
whole bunch of stuff
Or be
coming up.
printing our own.
Hey,
Yeah, what's
what's
up,
up,
dude?
Adam?
What's up, dude?
How's it, bro,
Hey,
man?
pleasure to
Let's
have you
flip
on,
this
my
thing
friend.
around. All
Yeah.
right.
So we
Sorry.
definitely got LCG hardcore drivers in the chat right now, and we saw you on Facebook. I think my buddy showed me as well. He was talking about you,
Yeah.
and man, what can I say? That chassis is looking pretty insane. And
Yeah.
you said it's performing great.
Yeah, man.
And
The
to be,
first time
it's
I
an
took it
XL.
out, it killed lines, man. It killed lines that me and a couple other locals have been trying to get, and it's just this one. It's real technical. It's just like it's around a corner, super steep, super hard to do, and took this bad boy out for the first time, and it did it. It did it multiple times. I had a witness there, got to name the line, which was real cool. I'm brand new to crawlers. I do RC drag racing. Our season ended. Got into these little guys. Built this chassis. This was another one that I built that I sell. That one's been awesome, but I needed to get to the market with something that takes a body. So that's why I wanted to bring this one in. Just started designing kind of based off of this one. I used the same angled skid plate on off of this one to mimic onto this new chassis, and man, it's phenomenal. I can take the body off and kind of show you guys. See if I can get a better light. Sorry about my mess in here. My RC room is super duper dirty.
Hey, it's all
Dude,
good
no
over
worries.
here.
So yeah, I mean it's gladiator based. Both of these are gladiator based. See, that's just like a truggy style, kind of like a Dementor, just something real basic that can. I mean, the capabilities of these rigs are ridiculous, man. For me, just starting out and just starting to make them, I surprised myself.
Yeah, they're pretty wild once you get into it. People think they're just toys, but they're definitely not.
No, and that's the thing. Like for me, my wife knows more than anything. Like when I get into something, I can't take like it sounds fucked up, but I can't do like the scalar shit, or I can't leave anything stock. I have to go,
Well, you're in the right
concept.
place.
Yeah. So I
That's me,
mean,
buddy.
even me, like I made the front custom links to make the front end longer. So instead of it being like gladiator links on the front, I custom made some out of carbon fiber, made them about 10, I think it's 10 millimeters longer. So it's quite a long rig, but so far I've been really impressed with how it worked, because I thought if I extend the wheelbase, it's probably going to, hinder some performance. But overall, I haven't seen anything that has like hindered. So that was cool to see, because I was definitely worried about it.
Nice.
Dylan, where do you live, and where do you drive, and what's your terrain like?
I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we have
Okay.
lots of different terrain, from
Oh yeah.
slick rock. There's a place out by the Great Salt Lake called Black Rock, which is, dude, it's a haven for 24 scales. And then some dudes take their 10 scales out there, and there's just plenty of places. I haven't even seen all the places. We have this place called Micro Moab, which is that red rock that you've seen on the pictures of the Black Widow chassis. It's like faux rock, where one of the parks made it, kind of make it look like Moab. So we call it Micro Moab because it's like plaster, and that's where we crawl the 24s a lot.
That's sick.
Nice.
But I mean, this thing has tons of articulation. If I kind of hold it down, this thing will. I got rubber bands on it, so it won't articulate without me like holding it. But this thing will, basically flat out. It. So far, man, this thing's been amazing. I don't know how you guys are on shocks, but I run hot racing just double barrels with the rubber band to limit them, and I bought some 43 millimeter hot racing oil shocks, and I got away from them because these double barrels, like at first they're real sticky. They don't feel like they work that good. And then once they get worked in and I put some green slime on them, man, it's hard to beat those shocks.
Those, definitely. I hear once with you tune them with like the limiting rubber bands and stuff, they work pretty good for the terrain that you gotta crawl.
Yeah.
Myself personally, I like the hot racing, the oil shocks, the stock length ones.
Really?
Yeah, just to keep everything kind of for my terrain. I don't really like to flex just too much and
Yeah.
then helps kind of just, keep me balanced on the vertical a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
and
that
I mean,
definitely.
with the LCG on this thing, I was really surprised. So obviously, as you guys know, the lower you go, the more shit you're gonna kind of belly drag on. So I was concerned with that because I went super low on the height on the chassis, basically a belly dragger now. So I did have some problems on some obstacles that I would have normally just crawled right over, and I had to kind of approach it differently. Hit it from an angle, kind of crawl up a little bit differently. But I think the performance in the side hill and just the overall crawling ability, I think it was worth, the trade-off of it.
Oh, nice, man. The guys in the chat are asking, any chance you'd have them available sometime soon? And is it just going to be carbon fiber if you were to make that option?
Yeah, right now my only plan for them is carbon fiber. I am running 2 millimeter carbon fiber, so it's nothing that that it's not going to flex. Both of these chassis are 2 millimeter carbon fiber, and I mean I could tweak it. This thing is not going to move at all. And I don't know if the manufacturer that I'm using can do anything besides carbon fiber. So I would have to talk to them to see if they cut titanium. They're actually a carbon fiber manufacturer. And so I just send my designs to them, PDF or vector. They pull them into their CNC machine, cut them out. For me, I cut these. I make these by myself, but it's a lot of work, and I don't like cutting carbon fiber in my house, so that's why I have them outsourced to have them made, which is, it's nice, but it's not. I wished I could do it in home, but my, if you can see, don't mind the mess, that's my CNC machine, and it's right here inside my little RC hobby room, which is full of RC shit, man. I do RC drag racing, so that's my main hobby. And then I just got into these crawlers. I just got a 10 scale Vanquish VS4 Phoenix today. It was delivered that I ordered. Waiting on a Rock Pirate chassis that I bought. So we're gonna venture into the 10 scale, but so far, man, like the 24s are so much fun because I can put two of them in a little bag with their controllers, go walk somewhere, pull them out, drive, put them away, and I'm out of there. So I'm really liking the 24s a lot.
Right.
But
And they're highly capable too.
as material, carbon fiber is definitely kind of where I'm trying to stay at, just because I know the process, I know how strong it is. That's what all my drag cars are made out of, and I've wrecked at 80 plus miles an hour, and it doesn't tweak it. Carbon fiber's really light and strong.
Oh man, if they're good to go on the first batch, where can we get one? And possibly any price range you have in mind?
I just sent the file off tonight. I'm going to try to keep it competitive with all the other manufacturers. I'm not in this to kill people's wallets. That's not what I'm here for. So I'm going to try to keep it competitive with the other prices. Like this chassis right here, I'm selling for, it's like $51. It's like 50 after tax and shipping, because I am a legitimate business. I run my CNC machine as a side job, so I do have to do sales tax because I live in Utah and we have a sales tax. But I think it's like $60 shipped with the chassis, all the rails. It's got the battery tray in the back that's built in. That's why I went with the truggy design. I actually have another chassis. Let me grab it. This was my first chassis that I designed. And this one is based off of kind of like those, there's a bunch of them out there that look the same. Get this stuff out of here.
Yeah.
This was the first one. It was just like a buggy, and it just was too cliche with all the, same styles. I did do the angled skid plate on this. So this was the first chassis I designed, and I wanted something different. So then I went to this one, which is you know, kind of just like a truggy, just a small little comp crawler style. And this one was cool, man. I like this one a lot more than this one just because of it's so unique, you know, like you don't see a truggy with like the bed in the back, you know, that's where the battery goes. It's set up pretty well. It's got, you know, holes all over. This one was a prototype, so when I cut it, I didn't do all the holes big enough on some of them, so it missed some. It's really hard to see with this damn carbon fiber, but I put extra link mounting spots. This triangle should be the same back here, but this one, I had a couple different holes that were just smaller than my bit, so the design didn't come out in the CNC program like I had hoped, but now the new ones do. I fixed that. That was kind of my mistake, just rushing it. But that chassis is available. If anybody is wondering, if you're looking for a comp truggy, you can message me personally on Facebook. That's where I usually am, is on Facebook. I don't use Instagram very often, so I got on here to check out the show, you know, say what up. So I appreciate you guys having me on, and you know, just wanted to check out my chassis. I could probably.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping I'll have that one in about the new one, the Black Widow. I'm hoping I'll have it in about 2 weeks or less. Like, it all depends on the manufacturer. When, like the last time when I had these truggies made, I told everybody, yeah, it's going to be 3 weeks. As soon as I sent the files, they sent them back for approval. I approved it, and I think I had them in like a week and a half. And that's crazy because they are being cut. The carbon fiber is manufactured and cut in China. So the speed on it was crazy. I didn't expect it. I've sold a good amount of those things, and I'm looking forward to getting, you know, this Black Widow on the market. I'm still looking at some other options. Like right now, I'm using hard park sliders for the Tinker Time body. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, the Hobgoblin. Those line up really well to this chassis.
So it's just be the rails only? Any braces or anything?
So it'll come with the braces. So it'll come with the chassis. There's a battery tray here. Let me pull this battery out so you can kind of see. There's a battery tray in here. It's also carbon fiber, and it has these, let me pull this out. So it's got these grooves down the side so you can put a battery strap around it. Really keeps the battery in there. I've never lost a battery, no matter what the wreck was. So it'll come with the 2 side rails, the battery tray, and the front tray. All I did is just put a magnet on there. And that's how I was able to get my body so low, because a lot of people kept asking me how I'm getting my body so low with this truck. And all I did is just put a magnet on there, and then I just put a magnet in here. And that's literally all I have to hold this body on, but I can pick the body up. You know, it's not coming off.
Nice. Well,
yeah,
cool.
I mean, it'll come with the crossbars. So really hard to see because I use black on this one, but there's a crossbar right here. There's a crossbar right here, and then there's actually a crossbar up under this mount. That's what holds the whole front end together. I don't know if you guys can see that black crossbar under there. And there will be some changes to the chassis. So I made this. I slapped in the micro Komodo, and then I was like, I wonder if a full-size Komodo fits. And it looked like it was just a bit too long. So I actually redesigned this piece, and then I made this screw that holds this crossbar in be able to slide back and forth. So I put a notch in there so that this thing it'll kind of come up and then back down. So it gives it that room for like the bigger motors, like the full-size Komodo. I seen you talking about the Mofo motor. I've never had those. All I have is Komodo stuff. So, but I'm certain that they'll fit if that full-size Komodo fits.
Dude, good stuff. I know like a lot of people are excited because first of all, it's an XL chassis. and there's not too many. There's maybe like 2 or 3
Yeah.
aftermarket chassis for the XL wheelbase, but everybody loves a good variety. So this is definitely something new, something cool.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to keep in touch, and
Yeah, definitely keep us posted, man.
over
Yeah.
here we got a lot of enthusiasts. Definitely want to build up
Yeah, and
one of
I
those
would
for sure.
I would say expand your opportunity to Instagram a little more, because a lot of the hardcore guys are on here. A lot of us get a little jaded by the toxicity of Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
sir.
I get it, bro. Facebook is one of those things that you got too many people that just love to run their mouth. They're
Mm-hmm.
behind their screen. That's how the drag world is, and there's a lot more in the drag world. So I think my skin is pretty thick, because these guys on here, man, in the drag community are just insane, bro. They will talk so much crap, and it's just ridiculous. It kills a lot. It kills a lot of it for the hobby in general, and people
Oh, we're
walk
not saying our
away.
skin ain't thick, dude. I can take it. I can dish it out like a motherfucker too. But
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying your opportunity for growth and sales is probably greater on Instagram.
yeah. No, it's
Even
definitely
even
something.
Miniline here, dude's 15. He's like, man, a lot of us young bucks are on Insta.
Yeah.
You
Well, my
know,
son's 18, and he uses Instagram. He doesn't use Facebook, so I definitely get it, and it's something that I need to. I got to give a shout out. I'm terrible with names. Whoever hit me up and told me to get on here and watch. Shit.
oh, Wet
I
Dream
believe
20.
Yeah,
half
Wet
of
Yeah,
Dream.
Wet Dreams 24. Well, I can't
yeah.
remember his Facebook name. Um, but I got to tell him thank you for kind of showing me the community on here, because up until today, I had no idea that there was even crawler. I'm sure there's crawlers on here, but I wasn't sure how big the platform is on Instagram. So it's definitely maybe I'll make a page for my chassis, or for
I would
myself or whatever.
I would highly recommend that,
Yeah,
Yes,
because
yeah,
sir.
this group is
Definitely.
super super tight, and we all look out for each other. And
We
anyone
keep all the
who
duds
wants
out.
to fucking be all weird and fucking weird about it, they kick rocks quick.
yeah. No, and I
You
get it,
can't get
man.
in the chats here, you know.
Yeah,
You can't just come in and start talking shit and run your mouth. You can just get booted right out of the group here.
yep. No, and I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I've been only doing micros, even crawling. I used to do crawling about 10 years ago, um, and I had like a Wraith and a Honcho, and I didn't have any friends
Right?
that did it, so I sold them. And then I've
That's
been
when you
doing,
lived in Utah at the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Damn, nobody crawled then. Wow.
Well, I had a couple friends, but before there was like Facebook or anything, I only was trying to get my personal friends to.
Mm,
To get out and do it with me, because there was no Facebook groups back then. There was no,
almost forgot about those times.
yeah. So it was rough, man. And I only had a couple friends, and our times didn't link up. So I ended up, selling the crawlers. I got out of RC for a long time, got back into it for drag racing. It's been fun, but our season just ended, and one of my friends was like, dude, let's build micro crawlers. And
Yeah.
it fucking sunk a hook in my lip, bro. It got me. I mean, within the first month, I already spent $2,000 on building two. I started with one, and then it was like, well, I got all these other parts, and I want to make this new chassis, and here I am with two. What I would consider comp rigs. I mean, that's just me. Like I said, I'm fairly new, but these to me are.
Yeah, those aren't scalers.
No, yeah, they're full comp rigs,
Yeah, that's yeah.
and that's my problem, bro. Like at some point, maybe I need to get into some scalers or something, give that a shot, because a lot of dudes up here will have like the Defender, like you were just talking about earlier. I got a buddy that's got one, and he's done some brass upgrades and stuff, but fairly overall, it's still pretty stock, and it was killing some lines, and it for me, Traxxas. They cover so many bases that, like, from the drag community, Traxxas is looked at like baby grade. They're not. and so what they're doing for crawlers is huge. You know, they're actually a lot better quality in their crawling community than they are for the drag racing. So if you ask like a drag racer, hey, what do you think about Traxxas? You know, they'll trash on them. And I kind of came into this crawling with that mentality because I'm using brands called like Apollo and R1, and there's these just crazy high quality cars, and Traxxas is just kind of shit on. But then I come to crawling, and they make amazing stuff. You know, like prior to crawling, I would have never thought that they would have done really good, you know, crawler builds.
Yeah, the first Portal 110s.
See,
They changed the game on that.
yeah, and that's awesome. See, I would have never have known that at all. Had no idea that.
And I mean, how versatile is the Slash platform?
Well, exact. That was my first drag car.
You can build anything on that.
Yeah. No, the Slash.
4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, off road, on road.
Yeah.
You could probably put one into fucking space if you wanted to.
No, like you said, man, they're very, very versatile. And that's just kind of the drag community, you know. When you ask any of the drag guys, hey, you know, Traxxas or Team Associated, they'll shit on Traxxas. Team Associated or Low C is, you know, the quality, you know. But my first drag car was a Traxxas drag Slash that I converted, and I loved it. I ran it for over a year, and then I just started, you know, the manufacturers weren't putting out that many parts for these cars, so I started venturing off into Team Associated and all that. And, you know, my drag cars are fucking insane, bro. They are absolutely insane cars.
That's one slippery slope I'm not ready to go down yet because I already got enough. I got enough RC hobby.
No, that's my problem, man. Let me grab one. I'll show you guys for 1 sec.
Appreciate you again hopping on, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate you guys, you know, just having me on, kind of talk about things. All right, so this is my drag car. I mean, that's
cool because most people won't even show you underneath the body what you got going on.
Shit. I ain't got nothing to hide, man. This thing is insane, but this is what got me into crawling because I do drag racing. You know, we got these things called floating body mounts. So the body sits basically on the hubs. It pushes all the power down when you're, you know, doing 80, 90 miles an hour. It'll definitely help out on the big end. So that's my first love of RC. And then, you know, I got into these guys, and I've been having a lot of fun with them, to be honest with you.
That's cool.
Kind of more fun than my drag racing because it's so easy. Like, you know, I can pack them in a car or in my bag, throw them in the car. With drag racing, bro, I gotta pack tire prep, a table, a generator, my charger. You know, I do one run, recharge my battery. Do one more run, recharge my battery. It's a lot of maintenance.
What's this scale? What do you guys do? 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile?
We do 1/4 mile. So we run 132 feet, and it's a scaled 1/4 mile. So this car is doing it in 1.8, 1.7, 1.8 seconds at 82 to 85 miles an hour.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. But, you know, there's some things in the drag world, like these tires. Bro, good luck trying to get them. I seen there was a dude that was complaining about Fury Tech. I don't know if you guys were on Facebook. And he like put in for a pre-order, and he was just trashing Fury Tech. And I was trying to explain to him, like, dude, right now is a hard time for manufacturers, for, you know, production, for shipping. Just give them some time, man, because he was just trashing them. And I was trying to explain, like, well, I'm sure you guys know because you guys do crawling. You ever heard of Voodoo? Absolute?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hot 6.
Yep, these are Voodoo Absolute drag tires, and he does one pre-order every 6 months, and they sell out. It's a pre-order, which is crazy that it sells out, but he sells out in literally 2 minutes. So if you don't get them, you got 6 months to wait, and then once you know.
I believe it. It took me like a year and a half just to get some red compound KLRs.
Exactly. See, and
Yeah.
these are the red dots. These are the best voodoos on the market. I mean, people are buying them, and if you get you get lucky and you buy them, I could turn around and sell these for $300 online. I ain't that type, and I would rather have the
Wow.
tires
Even
than
used?
used. You could. I've seen them used for like 200, 250.
Jesus.
Dude.
That's insane.
It's just because
Two
how good they
tires.
are. They are really the best tire on the market. It's just really hard to to get them.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm sure you guys know all about Voodoo because that's where they started. Was well, TMOT 6, I should say. They started in crawlers, and my local hobby shop won't even carry them because he's like, dude, you can't get them. I will never carry them in my shop because you can't order 50 pairs of this compound and 50 of this and just have them in stock. He does his business a certain way. I don't know if it's like a sales tactic, but damn, dude, they're hard to get.
That's insane. We need Voodoo 1.0s.
That would be sick, man. It's definitely something we need to hit him up about.
Yeah. But dude, thank you so much for hopping on and sharing your passion with us, especially putting all your effort into the micro scene.
Yes,
I
sir.
can tell that big things are gonna happen, especially coming from a guy like you who's already a pure enthusiast in the drag world. So yeah, right. Attention to detail goes into your work. I bet it goes straight into that XL Black Widow chassis. So
Yeah.
just to recap real quick, you guys, we can expect the Black Widow to possibly be available, say, within maybe like a month or so.
Yeah, I'm hoping and like I said, it all depends on what's today. It's the 11th, something like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
It would
maybe
be nice
next
to
year.
have them by Christmas, around Christmas time. I'm thinking around Christmas or New Year's ish, and that's on like that's kind of overshooting it. I might get them, if they send me back the files for approval and they get them, approved, and I send them the money, they'll get them done fast. It just depends on what position I am in the line of manufacturing. So sometimes, they might not work on my order for a week. Last time, I think they got right to the order and instantly got them out. She sent me pictures of them done, and I was like, God damn. And then I had them, they shipped and got from China to Utah in like 5 days, which was insane.
Wow.
So anybody that is interested in the Black Widow XL or the Triantula XL is what I call that. I just call it a Triantula. But if you're interested
okay, that's what
in either
that
of
is.
them, you can either personally message me on Facebook, Adam Webb, or I have a Facebook page. I run a side business, and I make wings for the drag cars. That obviously we just went on a whole spill about that. But I run all my business off of that page, and it's called Downforce Designs. It's Downforce Design Wings, and I run my micro crawlers off of that as well.
Cool, man. We definitely appreciate the info and the heads up. We'll definitely keep in contact with you and stay in touch about that sweet Black Widow XL chassis.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll be posting it, and I'll probably make an Instagram for my crawler chassis, and it'll more than likely be called Downforce Designs because I CNC stuff, so it just kind of goes hand in hand. So it'll be Downforce Designs, and that just look forward to that on Instagram. I'll make an account for my chassis, and that's what it'll be named.
Hell yeah.
Badass. Oh, yeah.
Man, well, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you for letting me blabble on about, drag racing and the micro crawlers. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to get on, kind of showcase these chassis. They might not be everybody's flavor. They might not, some people might love them. I'm sure, we're all different. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but if you guys give me a chance on them, I promise you definitely won't be disappointed.
No, I'm down. I want to try one out, homie.
Right on. I think we all look for one of those.
First order is going to be a small order, like 20. I'm going to start out with a small order of chassis kits. see how they move. If they move, then I'll, place another bigger order. It's a filling out process. When you manufacture stuff, you don't ever want to go overboard. Say you order 500 kits and nobody buys them or they suck. You don't want to be hanging with that kind of overhead. But I'll start it with like 20 kits. That's what I'm getting a quote for right now. And as soon as I get some info, I'll put it on Facebook and all that, and hopefully I'll have an Instagram. Maybe even by the end of the night.
Message us, man. We'll help you out.
Yeah. And
this isn't our first rodeo of a new chassis.
What's that?
This isn't our first rodeo with new chassis, man. We've launched a few of our homies from here.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and like I said,
so,
man, it all depends pricing, because I see some people asking about pricing in the chat. It all depends on what they quote me. Like I said, this one is 51. It's like 60 shipped. I'm gonna try to keep it around that price.
You're good, man.
It'll probably
that price point's good. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and for this one, because there's more components to it, as far as like more carbon, longer pieces, it might be a little bit more. I'm really hoping to keep it about 70 shipped, and that'll be the chassis, the battery tray, the black crossbars, or whatever crossbars. I have multiple different color crossbars that they can go to. So I have like lime green, blue, purple, red, black, and they all match the trail colors, So if you, like on this one, I have red crossbars. So I have these in purple, green, blue. So I'll be offering those. But yeah, I'm hoping 70 shipped is what I'm hoping to get for these guys. And like I said, I'm trying not to kill the market. I'm not trying to kill people's wallets. I want to put out good products that are affordable to people.
That's dope. We respect that. So appreciate you again for letting us know about all that info about your upcoming product, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Likewise.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Later,
That was badass, guys.
Lots of goodies coming, man.
Lots of goodies.
Got me thinking about micro drag racing.
Oh, man. I think with the TRX4 axles, or at least the transmission, that thing can haul ass with the speed gears.
Yeah, a 180.
Yeah. Definitely want to catch up
some
real
straight
quick.
cut axles.
Dude, speaking of going fast, we want to close up with a couple of last-minute news or info, guys. Going fast. If you guys didn't catch a glimpse over on Facebook as well, saw some pictures of a Ultra 18 from Little Guy Racing Parts. Did you guys catch a quick picture of that? But I think that should be a perfect platform, better than the 24s in my opinion. Just set alone on the axles.
Yeah.
Actually,
good. That's interesting.
But stay tuned for that. That's all I know about that is just a couple pictures on Facebook. And then over here back on Instagram, guys, we got NWChassisWorks. Man, I think this is the biggest giveaway of the year to end the year.
That's insane. I almost forgot about it.
Yeah. Guys,
I got my brain thinking about other shit.
Get your entries in. And first of all, big shout out, NWChassisWorks. He's wanted to give back to you guys and put a little giveaway from all the good companies that we support and we all like to rock. So not only are you going to get a chance to win a Pitbull chassis, but you're also going to win. There's prizes such as like RC Steve Links. There's NSDRC RS100 Joe Ropes package, Carry All RC Sling Pack V2. The list goes on, guys. Flubber stuffer inserts.
What was the $50 gift card for?
$50 gift card to Rock Jock RC.
Rock Jock, that's what it was.
Guys, we have
It's
Cal
insane.
RC. Dude, you guys do not want to miss this. So make sure right here in the chat. Shout out again, Northwest
Yo,
Chassis Works.
we
He
should
says
do a
good to hear.
special Christmas Eve Micro Mondays, which I think is actually Saturday, and have him announce the winner live on that. Let's see
Whoa,
what
that's
Travis
actually
wants to
dope.
do. I doubt we're gonna want to do that Monday anyway.
All right. What is Monday? Is that like the day after Christmas?
26th. Yeah, 26th is a Monday.
Everyone's probably going to be super full, drunk as fuck, or hungover as fuck. So
Yeah, so
maybe.
might as well just get Travis on and call it Micro Saturdays for a second.
Can see you got that caster going, Jacob. On
Props
that
to,
pit bull.
gotta look at
Props
your
to the
build, man.
trail axles too.
Yeah.
Well, you guys finally learned, huh?
Yep.
Caster
Yeah.
turns.
Mark's caster.
Well, trails, the micro scenes finally learned too. They like short links, you know?
Oh, you guys just do the stock setup on those? That's fine.
Yeah, well,
Hey
how we
guys,
have
one
to
more
rock
thing
it.
too, man. Don't forget these guys. The Pitbull chassis and carbon fiber is up for pre-sale. So if you guys do want to get
Few
the
more
carbon
left.
fiber one, take a look at it, man. If you guys want to get a carbon fiber one, it's gonna be up. It's up already. So get your
Oh,
pre-sales
wow.
up.
Look at that thing.
Look at this, bro. This thing is
Damn,
so
yours are planted
crazy. Look at this thing.
Oh.
with portals too.
Insane.
One
With
last
portals.
question, Jacob. So what motor are you going to do on that?
You know what, man? I am still undecided.
Okay.
I know Steve is doing the brushed motor. I was thinking about doing brush as well because I want to throw an interior in here, like a little single seat. So I think I'm thinking of doing that, and then hopefully from Trav I can grab those the roof and the front panels
Mhm.
here, get that
Yep.
going, and then yeah, I think I might go brushed as well. Might grab another one of those 55 turn Holmes hobby motors.
Oh,
So
speaking of Holmes, Steve, thanks again for the recommendation of putting micro stickers in the comments when you order from Holmes. They came through with a whole sticker pack.
nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dope.
So good thing you can
yeah.
have a little slap to your little tray. But yeah, guys, we definitely had a crazy show
All right, boys.
this week, and we're gonna close it off. Catch us next. We'll see what's up if it's Micro Saturdays or not, but hope you guys have a happy holidays going down, and we will catch you all next week or someday soon.
No, we still got next week.
Oh, we do?
It would just be the following week. That would be
okay.
2 days earlier than
I don't
normal.
even know what day it is, but we'll catch you next week then. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We're going to have a pit bull challenge soon, Jacob and I. Who's got that balance?
Mark's got one too. You just gotta build it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll get on it. Don't worry.
Look at this thing, bro.
You guys got to hop on that trio
I like-
pit bull combo. This thing is insane with the flubs. Yeah,
That's what I
guys.
need next. If Chris is watching, man.
Oh wait, so
these are the Enjoras, by the way, guys. So if you guys
yeah,
haven't seen
I was just gonna say, I just noticed that. What do you
Those
think
are
of
the
those before we
Enjoras.
go?
They
Those
are
look sick.
They're tacky, bro. They're nice, super tacky, and these are bitey.
Yeah,
If you guys
see,
can even
okay,
look too,
so
check it out
squeeze
real
them
fast.
again. Are those vented, Jacob?
You know it.
Did you vent them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Check this out, though. I want to show you guys
So
this one. So the difference
Steve
with
is
this,
worried about soft tires folding over, but the vent actually makes them squeeze instead
I'm
of
like,
do
to
this.
be fair, well, to be fair, the Boom Racing tires, those guys are fucking soft, bro.
I know. I've run them,
Those tires are so fucking
and mine are vented.
But I feel like
flubbers.
even if you vent them and you throw in flubber stuffers, it doesn't even matter how soft they are because they're going to stay formed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, if you
Okay,
here's what I want to
cool.
show real quick detail on these tires, real fast. If you guys look, the center lugs there, they're not all the same height. Some of them are a little taller, some of them are shorter. You guys see that every other is like taller, shorter, taller, shorter.
That's cool.
Yep.
Dude, they bite so well. Like just going like this, like I could just feel a bite on top of them being super sticky. And then if you look at all the siping in there too, the sipings are pretty good sipes. So it
Oh,
should
and what
definitely
are 4 tires
do
from
well.
Endura? $18?
They were, yeah, I think so. No, I think they were cheaper actually. No, maybe.
15?
I
18?
don't
Somewhere in
remember.
that range?
Within the teens, yeah. It's not
Okay.
$20 or anything like that, but yeah, these
I
guys are
got no
pretty,
complaint
man.
with that.
It's the S5 compound, so it's their stickier, more
The
better
pin
compound.
compound.
Yep, exactly.
So, all
Very
right.
nice, man.
And you guys both are running the Trio portals on
Oh yeah, and the
Pitbull, right?
Mazzy boys here. Check it out, Mazzy boy.
Oh,
Okay.
Maz, you
Oh,
gotta get some more 15 hole beadlock
yeah.
rings,
Because
bro.
the only ones I have are these.
Yep.
what
See,
shocks do you
that's
have on yours,
exactly
real
the one.
quick, Jacob?
Fun fact, bro. Hey,
The
burner.
red
Fun
eBay
fact,
one?
burner. This one is the oil fills. The oil filled from Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
No lie,
Yeah.
bro. Fuck
Same
these
ones.
shocks. These shocks suck dick. Fuck
The ones
these
that
shocks.
look like the hot racing ones.
Uh-huh. Fuck those shocks. These shocks suck.
They're good. They're good for like a week, and then it'll leak like a motherfucker.
Nah, bro. See, that's not even my issue, bro. You know what my issue is? I put oil in these motherfuckers. Like one drop of oil. And I got it below the piston. And then when I pull the piston, or when I pull the shaft out, it comes out. And then when I push it back in, it just fucking shoots back out. It's like the screw in there is too big of a diameter where it's not letting any air release. So it's just keeping an air pocket and it's just shooting the shaft right out.
Yeah, and see that's my issue with those pin screw shocks, like the
Yeah.
hot racing that you guys are way about. There's no internal vent. So and that's okay. I can go all night about shock tuning, but anyway,
Look,
that's
look at
why
it
I
now.
like the Enduras because they
Look at
actually
it
have
now, though.
vents.
Look at it. These guys,
Yeah,
though,
it's like
just getting
stuck,
a
huh?
drip in there. No, it's not stuck at all. It's good. And I like it because it keeps the droop. It keeps it like, man, I don't even want to use that word because there's so much fucking things about that word. It's just keeps the shaft not fully extended. You know what I mean? For lack of better words. But yeah, it keeps it down and it's smooth. It's smooth now. But that's just with me putting oil in it and then bringing the shaft back up and then wiping all the oil out. So there's no oil in there. It's just lubricated. And yeah, it works. It's actually better than the stock shocks. It's not floppy,
So it's still a friction shock.
basically, yeah, but no real bounce to it. So I'm digging it for now. But I might, because I'm trying to keep the red theme going here, man. So if I could find some oil shocks that actually work that are black, that are still stock length, then I'll go with those. But yeah, for oil shocks, these ones suck dick, bro. Don't get these. They look cool on Amazon. It says oil emulsion and you're wowed by it. Don't be wowed by it. They're bullshit. Don't fuck with them.
Damn.
Just
Well,
there for
all
the
right,
homies, bro.
homie.
Don't want you guys wasting your money.
Just get a Pitbull chassis. That's all that matters.
That's all that
So
matters. And these tires too.
appreciate you guys, and we'll definitely catch you next week. Mark's
Someone
already
put extra
packing up
for
his stuff.
I
He's
know,
ready to
Rose.
bounce. We
I know.
appreciate you guys. We know we went overboard. We love you. Catch you next week. Later, my guys.
Shoot. Let us.
Peace.